Hi, my name is Peter Larsen. I'm part of the open source community around ChronoZoom. I'm sitting in Redmond, Washington at the Microsoft Research World Corporate Headquarters, and I would like to show you ChronoZoom, what it's for and how to use it. Come around to this site. ChronoZoom is built as a web page with HTML5, so it can be used by anyone with a modern web browser connected to the internet. You navigate the application with a mouse or your fingers, and occasionally if you need to search or author, you also need a keyboard. It is convenient to have a scroll wheel mouse, as this can be used for zooming. What you see in the browser is what we call the canvas. This is where all the data in ChronoZoom is displayed. The data consists of timelines and exhibits. Timelines are rectangular structures containing other timelines and exhibits contain images of videos, as you will soon see. Everything is arranged according to time, and you can see the ruler at the top of the canvas, which tells you where you are in time. Notice the time units on the axis. This is a scientific way of denoting time. 1 billion years ago is 1 GA, 1 million years ago is 1 MA, and the human history before current era is denoted BCE, and after the Common Era is denoted as CE. You may be used to seeing that as AD for Anno Domini. One curious aspect of the scientific axis is that there is no year zero. We count down like this: 3 CE, 2 CE, 1 CE, 1 BCE, 2 BCE, etc. As you move around the display, you can see an indicator on the time axis showing exactly where you are in time, or as I like to say, when you are. The top right-hand corner provides some buttons to navigate the ChronoZoom content. Pressing the search button will open the search dialog, and starting to type civil will show results for timelines and events and media. Notice how search results start arriving even as I was typing the word. Clicking on any one of the returned results will zoom to the main canvas to where the item is. We call this elliptical zoom because the effect is that first we zoom out a little and then we zoom into the new location. Pressing the tour button opens a list of existing tours in ChronoZoom. A tour is a sequence of stops anywhere inside of ChronoZoom displayed in a certain sequence with explanatory text and optional audio. Let's take the Mayan history, for example. The player dialog shows that we have 10 stops on this tour, and the tour will begin automatically. You can also see that we can pause the tour at any time, and we can advance one stop at a time. We can also turn off the audio narration in case we want to explain the tour ourselves to our audience. This is a great way of presenting your content to others. Notice at the top of the screen, there are a number of links like prehistory and humanity. These are shortcuts to particular time periods at different timescales. Let's go to humanity. You can see that ChronoZoom zooms from whenever you were to this new location in time. Now let's turn to the zigzag button at the top for some time series data. Time series data contain one or more values for particular points in time, which allow ChronoZoom to draw line graphs. Clicking the button will display a list of data already loaded onto the ChronoZoom server. Each dataset is a comma-separated value file with 2 or more columns. First column specifies the point in time, and the subsequent columns have some y-axis value, for example temperature or CO2 content. Selecting a dataset, we now see it displayed at the bottom of the screen, synchronized with the time-based content in the canvas. As I pan and zoom in the canvas, the time series data follows along. In this particular dataset from left to right, you can see a period of nice warm weather when Eric the Red and his Vikings settled on Greenland, followed by the Little Ice Age where, for example, the Thames River froze solid in London. When you navigate the canvas, you can zoom to a timeline by clicking on it. This will bring the timeline into full view side to side. If you click on an exhibit, it will occupy the entire screen. To move back from an exhibit to the containing timeline, simply click outside of the exhibit and it'll zoom back to the timeline. Inside of the exhibit, there will be one or more media items like pictures of videos illustrating some historical point. Each of these pieces of media can be visited individually. Underneath each media item, you may see a short caption with references to the source of the media. For example, it might say Wikipedia and have a link to the relevant page. And below, you'll find a description of the media as entered by the author. At the bottom of the exhibit, you can inspect the entire list of references for the exhibit. Thanks for taking the time to listen to this brief introduction to ChronoZoom. Whether you are a history buff or a developer, you can engage with ChronoZoom at join.chronozoom.com, where we look forward to your feedback. We work in a free open source community, and we take your feedback and your contribution very seriously. Thank you very much.